Mary was born ready. She was born ready to say yes to the angel. What this feast commemorates is that Mary was conceived without original sin. She was prepared as a holy temple for her body to receive the God-made man. And so it was fitting that she would have that purity. Now, the rest of us aren't born ready. The rest of us have to work our way towards saying yes to God. The first step in entering that state of grace is the sacrament of baptism. And then we continue to frequent the sacraments, to pray, to stay close to God, so that we can say yes to doing God's will, the way Mary said yes to doing God's will throughout her life. It wasn't just in that moment with the angel Gabriel. It was at every step of the way, when she had to go down into Egypt and become a refugee, when she had to stand at the foot of the cross. Mary was able to be obedient to God. Because after all, isn't the original sin disobedience to God? So Mary was born ready to be obedient to God. Now, what about us? As I said, we're not born ready, but we're made that way by God's grace, so that we can continue to say yes to doing God's will, continuing to be obedient to what God wants for us. Even when it's difficult, even when, like Mary, we pass through suffering times, even when we have to persevere when we don't want to. And this pandemic is one of those times where we have to continue to say yes to doing what's right, even when we get tired of it. You have to say yes to protecting ourselves and each other from spreading the disease. And so we gather this day to pray particularly for our nation as we go through this pandemic, and to pray that all of us can continue to say yes, doing God's will.